Hey, good evening. Magandang gabi ho sa inyo. Happy Thursday ho. Ayan, welcome sa ating program. Ako po si Sonny LARAGAN on a Thursday evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Another evening na naman ho. I'm sure ito pinakaabangan. Ako, nabubulol ako. Kasi kanina, we did the itong COVID radio partnership ng Pinoy Radio UK and the government. No? So, nag-recording tayo together with Dr. Elda Obina. Doktor yan, Filipina doctor. Since 2009 dito ho sa United Kingdom. At kanina, we had this Tagalog, two versions. May Tagalog version, may English version. Ito tungkol sa continuing vaccination ho. So, good evening, Attorney Elda Obina. No? Yan, siya ay isang avid friend ko rin, no? Viewer ng the Sonny LARAGAN Show and ng ating programa, syempre, itong ating Immigration Corner. So magandang gabi ho sa inyong lahat. Welcome na naman sa ating Thursday. Happy Thursday, and you chose to be here with us. And thank you very much for allowing us to be inside your homes, no, by way of our program. So syempre, wala naman ako alam dito. Sabit lang ho ako. Tawag dito, saling pusa. Wala tayong alam, no? Pero natututo ho ako dahil ako ho ay nagte-take notes. Maski paano paunti-unti, sabi nga, pag sa taong mapuro lang utak, basta ulit-ulitin mo, mag-review ka lang, makukuha mo rin. Lalo-lalo na ho, yung Life in the UK test, ha? Naku, next week na natin sisimula kasi sabi natin, magte-testing, magpa-flash tayo ng some questions sa Life in the UK test to make the night interesting dahil marami ho bagay tayong pwedeng matutunan dito ho sa Life in the UK test. Ho. Dahil yan, bago ka maging citizen, pag nag-permanent resident ka, kailangan kumuha ka niyan. Okay, ito na ho. Yung ating pinakamamahal na abogada ho. No? Namimiss ko na yung naka-sleeveless ba yun? Yung parang summer. Ngayon talagang very formal pa rin. Talagang lady in black. Ladies and gentlemen, the managing partner po ng Douglas Simon Solicitors. Walang iba kundi si Attorney LIRA Simon CABATBAT. Attorney, magandang gabi sa iyo.
Happy Thursday, Sonny. Kamusta po?
Okay naman. Happy Thursday. Good evening sa iyo. No? Ina-miss ka namin, ha? Another week pagka, diba? Every time we finish, we end on a Thursday, parang we get to miss you again for the next Happy Thursday. So, kamusta? How was it? Anong pinagagawa? Anong kinain? Ash Wednesday kahapon, no? I don't know. Baka hindi ka naman...
kahapon.
Oo. So, Ash Wednesday.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, I know. It's, of course, we just passed Valentine's. Ano? Ginawa mo for Valentine's. Meron kang ginawa? I hope you got your special lady some at least flowers, ha? At least.
Yeah, flowers, Attorney. Kaya lang, the funny thing is, nakakatuwa, we both bought the same card. Nag-exchange cards kami o nagbigay ng card. Pagtingin namin, exactly the same. Of course, nagkaiba lang yung laman, pero parehong-pareho, no? Parang minsan nakakahiya yung ganyan, di ba? Nakita ko you attended the party. Di ba? You were thinking of a dress, no? Talagang susuot mo. And when you arrived at the party, you have somebody or two or three people wearing the same, alam mo na, yung same cut, same shirt, same di ba?
Yeah.
Dress. Parang, di ba, nakakailang na. So, ganun ang nangyari sa amin. Yan lang. Nice naman. Happy Valentine's, quiet. You cannot go out for dinner. So, bahay lang.
Yeah.
Ikaw, how was it?
Yeah,
how was your,
Oh my God! No, I was fortunate enough to get a bunch of flowers there. So that was lovely. Pero wala ano magagawa mo, no? You just kind of stay at home, can't really go out. But that's okay. Sometimes it's kind of nice, no? Diba? You just rest, take a break from the chores. But yeah, it's been this week has been actually quite a busy week for immigration, no?
Oy.
So it's good that you were speaking earlier on about COVID because actually there've been a number of updates, and that's why I thought yung pag-usapan natin nga ngayon, and we have quite a lot to get through actually because there've been quite a few announcements nga. Some were announced only on the 12th of February, some announced on the 15th of February. So quite a lot of things have been going on. Immigration has been quite busy.
Maganda yan. No? Marami sa talagang very busy pa lang immigration, no? And that's nice to hear and know, no? At so we have a lot to talk about tonight. Just like when you had that very interesting ano ba yun? Yung episode that we had, remember about because some people would just drop by, ask us something about how to enter the Philippines, what are the restrictions, what are the things to do, di ba? And so that was quite a wonderful episode we had, di ba? Kasi very, very educational, very full of information. Talagang binatbat mo kami na puro information on that night, no? That particular night. And it was one of our best, kumbaga sellers so far na episodes natin, no? Nakakatuwa naman. So, yeah, tonight naman is COVID dahil, pero bumababa daw, balita ko, somehow bumababa, gumaganda, no? 2/3 daw, according to a, ano ba yung nabasa ko sa dyaryo? Oxford research, something that they found it was going down 2/3. Pero yun, ano pa ba? It's either the vaccinations kicking in somehow, the lockdown has taken effect, and a lot of all other things. Kaya you get not zero in on which one has actually contributed to the decline somehow. Somehow, sana tuloy-tuloy na tayo, no?
Yeah, no, it's great.
Diba?
Yeah,
it's great. It's great.
Yeah, I was reading somewhere that it's the lowest rate not since September last year. So maybe we're getting there, but it's great na it's something that you deal with regularly, and that we get advice nga from experts like earlier with you, that it's so important that we keep we're not complacent,
tama yan.
We keep on top of things. So hopefully, fingers crossed, 2021 is a better year nga as far as COVID is concerned, no? But in the meantime, it's just it is causing still a lot of havoc, in people's lives, starting really with jobs going,
livelihoods,
people not able to travel. So it's still quite. It's still causing quite a lot of concern. And the Home Office, in fairness, is trying to address some of those concerns, but nowhere near enough, really.
Right. Oh, and you have to play it by ear. You're not still, guaranteed or assured that somehow with this, with this more or less, reduction of the cases, you will have to lower your guard and more or less get back to a bit of normalcy. It would take quite a while. The travel industry has been hit the hardest. Traveling, although you can find some, siguro may mga travelings pa rin, pero the travel industry, the hospitality industry has really been badly hit. No, so hopefully things would recover. We miss our holidays, we miss our travels. Diba? When you have been bitten by the travel bug, I don't know with your attorney. You start with 1 or 2 trips and then wow, parang it's nice, you're traveling and you're getting to see the places, Europe, Americas, wherever, yun nga yung kagandahan ng traveling, Okay, magbabati muna tayo. We have some people greeting us, mga first greeters. How would you call it that way? Nababasa mo, attorney, kasi malabo sa akin sa screen ko. Pakibasa nga.
Okay, this is from our lovely Miss Paner, Marian Galicia Paner. Sabi niya, I'm watching from Cheltenham. Good evening, Miss Paner. Happy Thursday po.
In fact, she has a message before that, attorney. She says, hello po Kuya Sonny and Attorney Lira at sa lahat po, happy Thursday po. It's getting to be a catchword, happy Thursday, which is good, no? Emeline Rafael is watching us. Marian Galicia Paner, of course, yan, bumabate. And si... ano ba to? Kathleen Season Taberna. May message siya. Pero maganda yung... Hindi ko alam kung ano ibig sabihin nito. Kung this means na sayang hindi siya lumalabas dyan. No? Pasensya na, may mga messages na hindi lumalabas. No? Kathleen, sabi ni Kathleen Season Taberna, attorney, magandang gabi po sa inyo. Ayan, sabi niya. At si Ma'am Cora Carzola, teacher namin no high school, sa Notre Dame of Greater Manila sa Pilipinas. Hello, Sir Sonny, Attorney Lira, and all. Magandang gabi. Si Lisa de la Cruz Fajardo is watching. So, mabuhay Michael Pedley. Uy, Michael Pedley. Saan ba si Michael Pedley? Hindi ba si Michael Pedley is... Are you not from... based in the Isle of Wight? No, so if you are the guy that I know...
I think he is.
He is? Ganun, no? Michael Pedley, mabuhay. Ayan, taga ano yan. Ervina Peñarica, no, mabuhay. Rosebeth Makatunggal, good evening. Ito, si Juliet Marcelino, yan. Attorney, ikaw na babasa niyan. Yung pag,
Yeah.
oo.
So, this message from Juliet Alviedo Marcelino. So, sabi niya, Good evening, Sonny and Attorney Lira. Happy Thursday, everyone. Ingat po tayong lahat. Tama ka. Yes.
Ayan.
Ikaw din, no, Miss Marcelino?
Ingat ka
Absolutely.
na. Yes, Miss Marcelino. Yes. Ayan. Next, ayan. Attorney.
Rafael, yeah. Yes, from our favorite Miss Emmeline
Oo.
Rafael. Good evening, Sonny and Attorney Lira. Happy Thursday, everyone.
Hindi ko alam kung galit siya o happy lang siguro. So sobrang nag-uumapaw na kaligayahan attorney. Kaya all caps, no? Talagang...
Happy,
Or she
happy,
wants to
I'm
be
sure.
noticed. Some people want to be noticed siguro, no? So they put it in all caps. Mabuhay, Emeline! Mabuhay! I saw her in her pajamas, no? Si,
Really?
Yes. Oh, no, because Maria and I, we went around yesterday. She asked me to go get some of her son's things from the brother. So on our way, we know that she did. What do you call this? Emily is around the Wimbledon area. So along the way lang naman. So dinaanan lang namin to give her a copy of the paper. Oh, ito nga pala, attorney, ito may bagong type paper. Naku, dapat pala madaanan ka pala, pati mga previous issues nga pala natin. Ito yung ating kaibigan. I don't know if you know this, si Kathy D. She's a barrister kasi.
Right, okay. Wonderful.
Oo, si
Yes.
Catherine D.
Yeah, I remember.
Ayan, oh.
I remember Kathy. Yes. Oh,
Ayan.
well done, Kathy.
Yeah. So,
well done.
yes. Kayo. Si attorney din ho, mamaya ipapakita natin si attorney cover of the si attorney naman ang kauna-unahang Pinay na abogada dito ho sa buong United Kingdom. Kaya ganun lang ho tayo, hindi naman tayo nagyayabang, no? Kasama ko lang naman ho yung kauna-unahang abogada, the first ever solicitor, no, na Pinoy dito ho sa United Kingdom. Tama ba yan, attorney?
No, tama po yun. But
Ayan, no.
I'm so pleased to be here. As I say, you're the Batman, I'm the Robin, no?
Hindi, ako yung si Robin, attorney. Dahil ako lang dito kasama lang. I'm just kumbaga like a facilitator in terms of the callers, the greetings, and the switchings and everything. But you are the star of the show, no? Ito ho si attorney.
Oh,
Yes.
You're so modest, ikaw naman.
Hindi, totoo yan, ha? Ayan, so we're proud of you, attorney, no? Ano pa ba? Meron pa tayong pagbating additional ba? Tingnan, silipin ko lang, ha? Okay, ito matutuwa ka rito, attorney. Dahil ito, naalala mo, siguro may dinadala, no? Na mga kakanin ba? No?
Yeah.
Ayan, oo.
My
Ano ba
favorite
yan?
is M. Giling. Yeah. So,
Oo.
can I read that? Yeah?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi,
Go ahead.
good
Yeah,
evening
do
po,
the
and
reading.
Happy Thursday, sir and ma'am. Oh.
Okay,
Hello, Miss
wow.
Giling. Thanks for
Miss
watching.
Giling. Alam mo, every time mababasa ko yung pangalan niya na parang bumabalik ako sa pagkabata eh. Dahil, di ba, I don't know kung nilalaro mo yan ng bata ka, yung giling-giling estatwa. Yung giling-giling estatwa, labas ngipin ay taya. Tapos yung mag-estatwa kayo, yung stop na ganun. Did you ever play that? O hindi, attorney?
No. Well, yes. Actually, yeah, I do remember it. But yeah.
May game kami when we were young. We were young sa Caloocan when I was young. Kasi I grew up in Caloocan City. Although my parents are both from the north. My mom is from La Union, Luna, La Union. My dad's from Abulug, Cagayan, no? But I grew up in Manila, taga La Union ng nanay ko, taga Cagayan Valley ang tatay ko. Pero laking Manila ako, Caloocan. Yan, mga laro namin, mga kababata ako nung araw. Giling-giling, estatwa, labas, ngipin. When, ganun, when you were kids, no?
Yeah, yun na nga.
Ayan, yan yung mga
That's
naalala
so-
ko. Oo, yeah.
Yeah.
Kaya pagka si Miss Giling, gusto ko every show natin, it makes me happy and it makes me go back in time when I was young, di ba? Attorney? Pag Miss Giling, huwag mo kalilimutang bumati-bati sa amin, ha? We love you. Okay,
And-
ito. Attorney? Oy, teka mo lang, wala akong... Attorney?
She's really...
Nawawala ka. Ako ba nawawala? Ikaw nawawala. Hello?
Reading mo ko?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Balik na naman ako. Okay, good.
Okay. Alam mo, sa akin, ganito
So,
bumabagal ka. Bumabagal si attorney. Bumabagal ka. Nawawala si attorney. Attorney, nawawala ka.
Sonny, I'm going to just...
Yes, reset.
Just reboot.
Magre-reset lang. Magre-reset lang si attorney. Okay, sige, magre-reset lang. Ayan, so, Ayan, mamaya ako nababalikan yung mga ibang pang pagbati kasi nga, mas mabuting kasama natin si attorney na nagbabasa ng mga greetings ninyo, no? At yes, naalala ko nung bata ako sa Pilipinas, yung giling-giling estatwa, teka muna, mauubos na ba yung power nito? Giling-giling estatwa, yun, no? Labas ngipin ay taya. Tapos patintero. Uh, I was watching something last night, BBC feature, BBC 3 yata. Something about a community in Essex na wala silang cellphones, wala silang parang yung mga Amish, no? Yung ganong mga community sa Essex. And ayan, so ito babalik na. I was telling them, attorney, nung nawala ka, I was watching this show last night sa BBC, parang ano, yung mga video on demand. It's about a community, no, religious community diyan sa may Essex na ilang many hectares yun. They haven't got any phones, any internet, anything, no? Wala silang gano'n, walang television sets.
Talaga?
Yes, and they're self-sufficient. They only have actually is they manufacture mga chairs for classes, for classrooms. Chairs, tables yata, ganun ang kanilang ano. Children's playthings yata ang pangalan ng kanilang company yata yon. But yun, and everybody walang sweldo. They just work and yung damit wala silang sariling damit, hinihiram nila. Kung gusto nila ng boots, ng shoes, ng shirt, kailangan para merong centralized requisition room, no? So ganun, no? Tapos they sew their own clothes, very simple. Lahat ganun lang, no? May ganun, no? Ang pangalan ng group, Grow Fodder, I forgot it eh. Parang it started in Germany prior to the mga 1920s. It's about 100 years na pala last year. 100 years na yung parang group nila.
Wow.
Kaya ayun, oo. Hindi ko fina-flash yung mga iba pa kasi nga baka wala ka, no. Nabasa mo na ba din kay Badong, attorney? Si Badong.
Hindi pa po.
Badong. Sandali, tignan
No,
natin si Badong.
missed that.
Ganda naman ang pangalan niya, Badong, no. Ayan, oo. Nakakatuwa kung Badong ang pangalan mo pero ano ka, medyo, 'di ba, gayish, 'di ba? Oh, cute 'di ba? Badong, parang very very macho na pangalan, Badong. Tingnan ka natin. Ayan, attorney.
Yan. Okay. So, Badong Mendiola. Oh, hello, Mr. Mendiola. So, good evening po, sabi niya.
Ayan, eto.
Oh, okay. Miss Idel Loner. Oh, yeah. Hello, Miss Loner. Good evening po, Sir Sonny and Attorney Lira. Keep safe po tayong lahat. God bless us all. Yeah.
How do you what do you think? Yung Idel Loner na yan, parang Delhi ang pangalan ni Idel? No?
It could be. No, I think
It
ang
could
pangalan
be.
nga niya. It's I assume tama nga yun, Idel Loner. So,
Okay. Ito, basahin ko lang yung mga iba pang bago ka ng no? Para mabati lang sa inyo, no? Para maya-maya tutuloy namin. As early as now, ipasok na niyo yung questions nyo. First come, first serve. Pagkatapos, minsan kayo, kasi pag medyo late na, baka hindi mabasa yung mga questions niyo, no? So, Crespina, Verano, Antonio, good evening. Daisy Palapar, B. Blonde, Bartlett. Oy, good evening, B. Blonde, no? She was watching us a couple of days ago.
yeah, it's okay. Pero narinig niyo ko?
You're having connection problems
So,
siguro, yung Wi-Fi.
Can you hear me though?
Yeah, but you're going choppy, pero okay lang. Sige, I can hear you, but your video is frozen, no? Your video is frozen for niyo, oo. Ayan, baka may...
Okay, well, let's continue anyway. So, this is from
Sige, attorney. Uy, nawawala si attorney. Hintayin lang natin. Hintayin lang ho natin mabalik si attorney na konti sa amin ng... Ayan. Nasa atin ang problema, no? Ayan. Teka muna. Okay. Ayun. Okay. Oops. Okay. Hintayin lang natin si attorney kung nandiyan na, no? Bago tayo tumuloy. Ayan. Okay. Ayan.
Can you see me Sonny? No.
Yes, I can see you. Okay lang, attorney. Pero tingnan, hintayin natin mag-normalize tong ating ano. Sandali, magbe-break lang ho muna tayo. Mag-break lang ho muna tayo at kami ho'y magbabalik saglit po lamang, no? Huwag ho kayong aalis, saglit po lamang.
During these trying times, we salute the frontliners who are tirelessly caring for all of us against the COVID-19. To all the courageous nurses, doctors, carers at the NHS, words are not enough to thank you. We at Highlight Express International are here to support you back with a full semester 10% discount when you send your balikbayan boxes to your family in the Philippines. Dahil ang Highlight Express International ay para sa pamilya.
%100% all natural, tasty, healthy, versatile, 4 unique flavors. Taste a real sauce. Galetos.
Yeah? Okay, good.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon, serbisyong mapagkakatiwalaan, serbisyong maaasahan pagdating sa inyong mga padalang balikbayan boxes. Dito ka na sa Forex Cargo. Sa presyong kayang-kaya ng bulsa, sigurado ka pa sa inyong padala. Forex Cargo. Dahil kailangan makarating. Call 0208-813-7064. O ano pang inaantay niyo mga kabayan? Tayo na sa Forex Cargo.
Okay, tuloy-tuloy tayo sa ating program. Happy Thursday. Ako po si Sonny Laragan and we're broadcasting live from our studios in London. And syempre, ang ating kasama naman, yung ating pinakamamahal na abogada na managing partner ho ng Douglas Simon Solicitors na nasa Richmond naman. Walang iba kundi si Attorney LIRA Simon CABATBAT. Once again, welcome again, Attorney. Hopefully, it's gonna be smooth sailing from now on. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
all right.
That's always the problem, when we're live, so you can tell definitely we're live because
we're live.
Things go wrong sometimes.
Yeah. It all comes with the package.
Sorry about that, everyone.
Oh, sorry. But I'm sure andyan sila. And the nicest thing about it is they're letting us in their homes, no? Maski saan sila naroon, no? Biro nyo, I'm sure iba dyan nakapajama na, no? Nanonood sa atin. So, good evening. Thank you very much. Teka muna, ano ko lang yung kanina, si pagbati kasi may bumati kanina from as far away as, pero short, asa may greeting niya? Short greeting lang yung kanya, no? Asa na ba to? Ayan, watching from, ano pangalan niya, attorney?
Oh, yeah. So Mercy Onido Flores watching from Greece.
Yes. Watching from Greece,
yeah.
no? Mabuhay
Yeah,
ka.
I think Yeah.
We're glad na nanonood siya from Greece, no? Ito naman, hindi pa tatalo to. Ayan.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, from Miss Idel Loner. Lydia po,
Ayun.
watching from Shrewsbury. Yeah.
Yan, I was curious kung ano ibig sabihin. I am curious, no? Bakit Idel Loner? Sino ba yan? Lydia palang Idel Loner. So Lydia. Mabuhay, Lydia from Shrewsbury. Parang ano yan, malapit sa Wales yata yan, di ba? Oh, ito yung nagpasalamat. Sinasabi kong naka-ano to. Aba, medyo nag-small letters na siya. Hindi kaya nahiya siguro, attorney.
Ikaw naman. So,
love natin yan, ba?
Hi again, Mr. Rafael. Yeah. So sabi niya nga dito, thank you, Sonny, for the last night for the Yes Philippine magazine. Nakakahiya tuloy sa iyo na nakapadyama pa ako.
Oo nga. Hindi, okay lang naman. Hindi, kasi along the way naman, rather than mailing it, hindi ka na makakapag, may cost pa yon. So, ayun na yan, dinaan na lang natin. Thank you. Tsaka yan ang ating, yan ang ating, one of the first time who commented, Son, baka pwede namang mag-tagli si attorney. So, sige.
Diba?
One of those. Yung grupo daw nila, maraming mga grupo sila, they're watching us and they said, sige, sabi ko okay lang naman yan. Wala namang problema. Okay, so ito ho ang topic natin for tonight. No? Asan na ba yung topic natin for tonight na didiscuss ngayon ni attorney dahil COVID At saka which is very timely. No? Ito ay, kumbaga, continuing saga of our lives, not only here in the UK but in the whole of the the world, pala, in the universe, no, in the whole of the world, no. So ayan. Yeah. Okay, attorney. Yeah. So take it away, siguro. Go. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Sonny. Okay. So marami po tayong pag-uusapan nga ngayon because COVID, as usual, is front and center of our lives. There have been a number of updates, and these are some are actually very, very recent updates, and some issues continue to be of great concern nga to a lot of our kababayan. So, actually 8 topics, and as I see, some of them are very, very new updates nga. So, let's go through them. Hopefully, my connection now bear with it. So. First one is something called exceptional assurance. Now, this update was made as recently as the 15th of February, so a few days nga lang. Now, it's really more for people if kung nandito na nga kayo in the UK and your visa will soon expire. So, for example, visitor ka, no? And your visa will expire if you're a visitor and you can't go back. So, and you can't go back sabihin natin nga sa Pinas dahil either nahawa ka, may COVID ka nga ngayon, or you're with someone who is actually shielding, you have concerns. So if your visa is expiring between the 1st of January 2021 until the 28th of February 2021, so obviously in a couple of weeks' time, say as a visitor, but you cannot leave the UK, because of health reasons, because of COVID nga, then you can make an application, I say application, but be careful, it's not actually an application, but you can ask the Home Office for what's called exceptional assurance. Now, that is not a visa, okay? It's not an application. So, kung visitor visa ka, the same conditions apply. It's just, they will not take action against you. And if you feel like you're not regarded then as an overstayer. So, next time gusto mo bumalik nga sa UK, it will not count against you. Now, the process is fairly straightforward. You email, essentially, the Home Office. Now, I can flash later on the email address. But the subject, don't forget, lagay nyo sa subject, request for an assurance. Tapos lagay nyo doon. If you have medical documents, for example, you need to upload that. No? Now, it's of concern, though, to a lot of people, but because obviously the 28th of February is coming up. And at the moment there are various mutations out there, various strains. So the question really is whether or not they're going to extend this exceptional assurance. I hope so. But as of the 15th of February, and certainly I checked earlier on, there's no extensions at the moment. Now, if you're concerned, if they're not going to extend exceptional assurance, then you need to consider making an application to the Home Office for further leave to remain in the UK. And that will then prolong the visa that you have. So that means that you won't be an overstayer. But it's hope that exceptional assurance is simply updated, because if you're making an application to extend your visa, whatever visa you may have actually at the moment, then you will be required to pay the home office fee, which is at the moment £1,052.20, which obviously is quite a bit, and IHS surcharge, which works out to be £600 per year. So hopefully they will simply extend it for those people now who are here but want to go back, say sabihin natin sa Pinas nga, but cannot because perhaps of health reasons. So that's one update. Now, the converse is also an issue. So what happens if you are stuck in the Philippines? So dito ka you usually nakatira, you're here on a limited basis. So say estudyante ka or spouse, and now you travel back to the Philippines, and then you're stuck in the Philippines, or anywhere else for that matter. Now there's something called the COVID Visa Concession Scheme, CVCS. Yeah. Now, how you're dealt with will depend on when you left the United Kingdom. Now, so unang-una, if you left the United Kingdom before the 17th of March 2020, then at the point where you think your visa is going to expire, you should have informed the Coronavirus Immigration Help Center, the CIH, of the problem. So there was an email that you could write to inform them that that's an issue. You can't travel back. Now, if you haven't done so, and you left on the 17th of March, obviously last year, then you should do that now. Okay. When you do that, they'll ask you then to complete what's called a SMART form. Okay. Now it's not too difficult, the form in itself. Now, once they've said, fine, we're acknowledging that you have a problem. Now be careful, because as soon as they've acknowledged that you qualify under that scheme, you then only have 21 days to travel back to the United Kingdom. So be careful. If you find that actually within 21 days or shortly before the 21 days you still can't, then make another, write to them again. So that way you are not then hindi papaso yung visa nyo. So, and that's obviously quite important. Now, however, if you left the United Kingdom after the 17th of March 2020, which was nearly a year now, then that scheme does not apply to you, which is obviously of concern. So kung nandun ka, sabihin natin umuwi ka sa atin, kauuwi mo lang, what are we now? We're February. Sabihin natin umuwi ka for Christmas, and actually you're stuck there because your flights get canceled, or nagkasakit ka, nahawa ka, and you're in hospital, and you want to come in, mapapaso na yung visa mo. Sabihin natin spouse visa ka nga dito. What do you do? Now, in that case, if kung mapapaso na yung visa mo, then you can still make an application under that scheme, and they can still treat you under that scheme. Yung nga lang, they will only do so if you have exceptional circumstances. And of course, but it's very likely kung nahawa ka nga and you're in hospital, for example, or you have family who is in hospital, then chances are they will probably consider your circumstances to be exceptional. So what they will then do again is extend your leave to remain. So it is important though. Don't just let it pass. So kung mapasok ang visa nyo, then you may find that you will have a problem coming back into the United Kingdom. So please deal with it. And if you have exceptional circumstances, evidence it, please. With a medical report, anything to prove that indeed it is exceptional circumstances. Now, what you could also do, of course, is make an application for leave to remain, further leave to remain, and that way your visa is simply continues. So you can still do that even though you're in the Philippines. So hopefully they will then extend it, and generally they should extend it a further 3 months. But the point I hope I'm putting across now is, do not just allow your visa to expire and hope that you will be okay. Pagka napaso na yung visa niyo, if you didn't do anything about it, then you may find it difficult to come back into the UK. Now, let's say you are indeed stuck in the Philippines, tapos you can't come back immediately for various reasons. Now, usually, there's if you're absent from the United Kingdom for any length of time, it could be that any absences will go against a future application, especially indefinite leave to remain. Now, the general rule says that if you're applying for indefinite leave to remain, then uh, you you should not be absent for more than 180 days in the 12-month preceding. Okay, so 6 months. Now it's entirely possible, and certainly have clients who are faced with this situation that they can't travel back, and they haven't been able to travel back in the last, say, 6 months. So they're very worried na pagka nakabalik na nga sila dito, ano mangyayari, no? Will they still be able to apply for indefinite leave to remain at the appropriate time, or would the 6 months then count against them, which would obviously cause them difficulties because it delays the indefinite leave to remain. Now, the Home Office have said this in relation to absences from the United Kingdom because of COVID, and they very sensibly passed actually in fact a rule that specifically says if you can't come back or if you've been absent for more than 180 days for the following reasons, and they list a number of things, including humanitarian, environmental crisis overseas, and they now have added also travel disruption due to natural disaster, military conflict, or pandemic. No? So that's actually now part of the rule, which means if you've been absent for more than 180 days, which normally would prejudice potentially your application for indefinite leave to remain, ibig sabihin nito, you may not have a problem. But you should quote that, okay? So you should simply say to them, pagka nagpasok ko yung application for indefinite leave to remain, when you're explaining the dates of absences, always put in a note to say, I was absent because of COVID-related issues, and give just a brief note of what it is. And of course, yung nga din, kung meron kayong medical report, then also attach that with the application so that you can say to them, yes, I was absent, but I should be considered, or my absences should not be considered against me because I was absent due to this pandemic. You know? Now, so that's it's important for those of you, and if you have a few clients now in that position, do not forget, include that. Now, frontline workers, so who have visas, previously nga tier 2, ngayon ang pangalan na skilled worker route, who have visas expiring between the 1st of October 2020 until the 31st of March, so next month, 2021. Can apply for further extension 1 year along with their family, and there's no fee, no IHS. So if your visa is going to expire anytime soon, the same thing for frontline workers, you can make that application, and you should. So then that way you have 1 more year. Now, and this is something that this issue is loss of income. Unfortunately, it's something that affects an awful lot of people at the moment. Now, it affects people even more so if it puts in danger nga yung immigration nila or their loved ones' immigration. What the Home Office have done is this, and again, they've been quite sensible here. So, sabi nila dito, and I'll read to you the relevant provision. So if you've experienced a loss of income due to the coronavirus up to the 31st of May 2021, okay? Now, the Home Office will look at your employment income for the period immediately before the loss of income. So sabihin natin, magpasok nga kayo, you lost your job, you lost it unfortunately on the 14th of February, and you're concerned that when your visa will expire, sabihin natin, on the 1st of May 2021, and you therefore don't have an income for the last few months nga. Now, what the Home Office have said is, don't worry. What we will do is we will look at the period immediately before the loss of income. So if you lost your income on the 14th of February, they will look at the period before the 14th of February. And as long as for the 6 months ending the 14th of February, okay ang income you're fine. So that's particularly important if you're making an application, say, for a spouse visa. And if you have children, as a lot of you will know, the minimum limit goes up firstly by 3,800, so 18,600. You add 3,800 if you have one child, and a further 2,400 if you have, say, two children, and additional to four each time for any subsequent child. Now, if you've been furloughed, sabi din ng home office, so this the scheme whereby you get paid, say, 80% in the beginning of your income, they will take into account the full 100% when assessing your income, because you lost it obviously due to COVID. Now the same goes for self-employment, in that they're treated in similar fashion as those who are employed. So sabi dito, a loss of annual income due to coronavirus between the 1st of March 2020 and the 31st of May 2021, these are for self-employed, will usually be disregarded. Yeah. So they will again look at the year previously. So if you're self-employed, employed, or furloughed, hopefully you have enough income to say the year before. So again, hopefully it's not something you need to worry about. Now, this next update was actually updated only on the 15th of February, so a few days. In that, unfortunately, here the Home Office have not seen fit to extend the provision. So before, between those who had visas between the 28th of April and the 31st of December 2020, the Home Office offered a concession. So if you're coming into the UK, you can't come in because because of COVID, and your visa is about to expire, in the next 30 days. Then you need simply to raise it with UKVI, and then they will extend it free of charge. Now that was gone. They removed that. That's at least not in the no longer in the on the main guidance. Now the good thing is most of my clients certainly now nakukuha nilang visa is 90 days. So hopefully it's enough time for you to be able to come back into the United Kingdom. If you can't come into the United Kingdom, matatapos na yung visa nyo, then you can apply. Actually, you can get another visa nga, and it's at a cost of £154, unfortunately. But you should do that rather than leaving it, because obviously it's important that you preserve nga your possibility of coming into the United Kingdom. Now, another update, and this was made on the 12th of February, 2021. The Home Office have said their offices are open for biometric procedure. So, tatandaan nyo siguro, when before you get the conclusion of your visa nga, you need to go to previously post office, now the Home Office nga, or the offices authorized by the Home Office to get your photos done and your fingerprints taken. Now they've reiterated they are open. Okay. Now on the 12th of February there are two, but there are two offices that are closed, and that's one in Aberdeen and one in Ipswich. Now because of difficulties that they certainly are experiencing at the moment, what they've also said is that they will be releasing new appointments into the Home Office booking system. And they will usually do that 28 days in advance, and they will issue more or release more free appointments, because that gets booked up very quickly. Now, if you need to book now, so you made your application and you need to book for biometric, then you should do that sooner rather than later. Now, as I say, there are paid appointments and free appointments. So sabi ng Home Office, as of the 12th of February, they will release more of the free appointments, which is of course great news. Now, another good news is citizenship ceremonies. So ito po, kung nagpasa ko yung application for naturalization, so then to get the British passport, so unang-una yung naturalization. To finish that, you need to go through what's called a citizenship ceremony. Now, unfortunately, because of COVID, for a long while nga, that was actually there's just delayed because sarado nga sila. Now, what they've said sensibly is that you can now carry out your citizenship ceremony on a virtual basis, so in the comfort of your own home. So that means that once that's conducted, then you will be granted your certificate, and that will at least finish that process. Pagkatapos na yon, so you become naturalized, you then get your certificate, then you can make you're then British, ibig sabihin, and then you can make an application for a British passport, which is good news. So the upshot is a number of things are certainly being introduced now by the Home Office, which is a good thing. Unfortunately, with some, for example, the expiry of enter clearance, that's not been picked up again. You just need to be careful, no? The Home Office website is not the friendliest of websites, but it does contain useful information, no? So things like are things open, no? UKVI, for example. Go to the Home Office website, have a look at that, and certainly we will continue to update you. So I think this COVID issues and COVID provisions now will probably continue for the foreseeable few months. And so obviously we'll try and keep you up to date, but make sure nga, where you need to do something, especially kung mapapaso ng visa nyo, please make sure that you actually do something about it. Huwag niyong pabayaan.
Ayan, okay, yan, wow. So, marami yan. There's 2 months, a lot to digest, no, attorney? Parang hindi na kami matutunawan sa dami, no? Sunod-sunod yata ng mga updates, no? Up to the latest, no, February 15. Hindi, kasi this concerns our kababayans, no, na nasa labas, di ba? They're worried about also, no, kung baka yung kanilang, di ba, how do you call it, compliance to sa mga requirements, di ba? Like yung mga, sabi mo, they shouldn't be out, kunyari, 180 days in the preceding, gano'n, no? Preceding, ano ba sabi mo? The preceding 12 months, gano'n ba yan?
Yeah, for indefinite leave to remain.
Okay, so maganda, maraming concessions ngayon. So this is kind of good news. So they can contact you, attorney. Kontakin nyo si Attorney Lira kung medyo parang may nadinig ako, parang gano'n, sabihin nyo. Pero hindi ko masyadong malinawan, but it might concern my case. My thing, no? So ayan, po pwede nyo kontakin si Attorney Lira Simon CABATBAT. Attorney, ito kasi kanina naka-flash yung kanina first barrister. Ito si Attorney Lira. Baka kala nyo, ito si Attorney Lira. Ayan, ayan si Attorney Lira. Getting to know the UK's first Filipino solicitor. Yan, Lira Simon CABATBAT. Ayan si Attorney. Kita niyo si Attorney talagang very, talaga, abogada, ano yan, kumbaga high-powered, di ba? Parang naka-block na block siya. Okay, so ayan. So that was good. At least kung kayo medyo you wanted more information siguro, baka medyo padaan lang ho yun, and it concerned you and you felt that you heard na mukhang pasok ako dun may concerns ako and I was affected by the COVID thing, no? So ayan, no? Sabi mo now includes the pandemic, no? Nakalagay na, no? Ano ba sabi mo? Military, parang ganun may mga, and then one of this in the end pandemic. Ayan. So bago yan, that's something new, no? Because it's the latest development, no? Pakiulit nga yung part niya, attorney, yung ending in pandemic, May sinabi kang pandemic.
Yeah.
Exception, ano ba tawag yan?
This was added actually specifically nga because of COVID. So in fact, I have 2 clients who have been affected by this, and they were quite concerned, understandably. So nandito they would be entitled to apply for indefinite leave to remain. So they would have completed 5 years leave to remain. The last 12 months was indefinite in the United Kingdom. Problema nga lang, they were then stuck in the Philippines, no? Now, and they were stuck there. This was the beginning of last year, unfortunately. So from March until I think umuwi siya, yung isa kong kliyente, umuwi siya in March, and then she was not actually back, in fact, until June. Partly because unfortunately she had family who sadly lost their life, no? So there, her concern was, well, okay, ibig sabihin kapos nga she was out of the UK. Actually, she must have been away for longer than that. She was away in excess of 6 months nga. So she was away for over 6 months. So she was concerned, can she still apply nga for indefinite leave to remain, because she had been gone 180 days in the last 12 months. So because of this, so the police says the UK will not count towards the 180-day limit if they are an absent for any of the following reasons. So, and they specifically say here, travel disruption due to natural disaster, military conflict, or pandemic. So sa kanya, she'll be fine. And so in fairness, as I say, the Home Office appear to try and take into account nga what's going on. Often though it doesn't go far enough, but at least dito they specifically mentioned pandemic. So kung indefinite na kayo, huwag kayo matatakot if you think, okay, no, I've been absent for 6 months in the last 12 months nga because I was stuck in a different country. Still have a go, but yung nga, idagdag nyo yun, no? Because sometimes it's not necessarily picked up by the caseworkers who are dealing with cases. So idagdag nyo sa application in the representations, dagdag nyo yun.
Okay, basta kailangan iasama lang ninyo, no? Para yung mga caseworkers, they would know, no? Kasi yun nga, dadaan sa mga caseworkers yan eh. And if you didn't hindi mo no, you would not expect them to automatically know it, no? Although may guidance sila from the government, but it's best for you to also include in para at least alam nila, no? It's in their faces, ika nga, diba? Oh, naku sakaling nga ganun, parang feeling mo you will be in breach of something of your required yung required number of absence from the country na you fall within the within the, or you went beyond pero diba within the last preceding 12 months, no? At least may dahilan kayo. Ito na dahilan ninyo. Okay. Attorney,
in that case, sorry. Yeah, in that case, actually, we also added nga death certificate of the family member at saka the canceled tickets. So absolutely no harm in just belaboring the point.
Okay. All right. So, we're gonna have a short break. Ay, di pa. Babati muna tayo. May mga pagbati lang dito. Mag-break lang sana ko para kung may mga questions na ho kayo, we will be opening it to open forum na ho, no? So, parang kumbaga legal consultation or immigration consultation on air. Baka may mga tanong ho kayo. Parang generic na answer ho to. Siyempre, may mga specifics ho yung mga situations nyo na hindi naman pwedeng makumpleto sa sa messages nyo, no? Okay. May mga pagbati lang tayo, attorney. Pababasa ko lang sa iyo mga pagbati lang dito. Meron tayong may bumabati ito si Julius yata ang pangalan niya. So let's ayan, okay. Asa ba si Julius? Si Julius taga ano bang lugar to? Hindi niya nabanggit yata kung taga saan siya, attorney. Ayan.
Okay.
Julius yan.
So,
nababasa mo, attorney?
Yes, yeah. I think, yeah.
Ay,
Julius
nawala
Adagio.
audio mo. Sandali, ba't nawala ka?
Yeah.
Attorney, nawala. Ako ba? Sandali, ako yata nawala, no? Ako yata nawala. Sandali.
Naririnig kita.
Ay, nawala yata ako. Teka muna. Sandali lang, ha?
Okay.
Laging, ang akala ko, pagka wala yung, ito yung ating earpiece. Oops. Yung ating earpiece. Wala eh. Hello, attorney?
Okay, narinig mo ako?
Medyo. Ang ano pala sa pagka na-feel nyo ang inyong mga iPads, AirPods, nawawala, siguro tanggalin yung isa, huwag pagsabayin. So, ginagawa, isa-isa, no? Nag-charge pa tayo. Attorney, go ahead. Sige, ano yung binabasa mo? Sorry.
Okay, so ito po galing kay Julius Adagio Bongon. Good evening, Mr. Sonny and Attorney Lira. Oh, hello, Mr. Bongon. Yeah.
Hello, Julius,
Yeah.
Parang nakita ko na yung photo niya. Mukhang nanonood naman siya sa atin,
Last week.
Yeah, last week. Yeah.
Last week. Oh.
Ayan.
Okay, so this one from Wilma Paltao Crane. So hello po, Sonny and Attorney Lira from Norwich. Oh, I love Norwich.
All right. Okay. Norwich, ano yan? North, parang bandang bandang Norwich. May taas yata ng Essex ba yan?
Yeah.
Or
I did my training in Norwich. So it's
so it's kind of close. That place is close to your heart. Oh, okay. Oh, nga. Yun nga, di ba? Kaya nga, pinakita ko nga yung first lawyer, no? A solicitor dito sa United Kingdom. Si Dr. Elda Obina nanonood sa atin, no? Mabuhay ka, attorney tuloy. Doktora. She's a pediatric doctor yan since 2009, no? Na nagkaroon siya ng GMC. Ano ba yung General Medical something, council siguro, no? Yung mga license or numbers nila, no? Parang PIN numbers ng mga nurses. So, ayan. May nakakatuwa, attorney. Kaya ako medyo, nanonood si John De La Cruz. Well, sorry, I should be saying this in English. John De La Cruz is watching us right now. No? You might ask, who is John De La Cruz? Attorney, John De La Cruz, ito. John De La Cruz is the great-great-great-grandson of this guy who first migrated in Liverpool. His name is, the name is Juan De La Cruz. Ay, attorney, nakikita mo ba?
Yeah, nakikita
yan.
ko. Oh, wonderful.
On the lower right-hand corner, you can see John's photo, no? Ito yung author niya, ito yung great-grandson, no? Great-great-grandson ba yan? Si John, no? So, yeah, yan ang kanyang grandfather. The name is Juan De La Cruz. So, his name is John De La Cruz. John, kumusta? No? How are you? And he is really proud of his roots, ha? Kita mo naman, attorney, puting-puti sa Caucasian na Caucasian sa ilalim, no? Look at him there below, no? Oops.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry. Okay. Ayan, ito si John. Ayan, that's John. That's him. That's John De La Cruz. Ayan. And I was just surprised to see that he's watching us right now, watching the show. So thank you, John. Thank you for watching. Last time I've spoken to him was about a year ago, yata, almost a couple of years ago. No, so congratulations.
Oh,
there are so
yes,
many. I don't know.
Wonderful history.
Yes. Oh, we had actually a how would you call this? A series on the very first Filipinos who arrived. Mga ayan, kita mo, kailan yung lolo niya? 18 something. Ano ba sabi ng lolo niya? Di ba 18? Oo. Ayan, 1846. Oh, imagine mo, may mga Pilipino na pala yan sa Liverpool. Marami yan eh. Oh, 1846 to 1911. He died in 1911. He died in pagkakaalam ko yata sa Ireland because he was a sailor. Most of the Filipinos who arrived in the Philippines back then were mga sailors sa Spanish galleon trade. During the Spanish galleon trade, Mexico, Philippines, Mexico, and then Spain and the UK, no? So yun, I don't know if you know this, but there is actually a little Manila back in the late 19th century. Diyan sa Liverpool.
Oh yeah.
No, quite.
Talaga? No, I didn't know that.
Quite interesting. Ayun, naku, hindi kita marinig ulit, attorney. Sandali ha. Mag-break lang muna kami. Mag-break lang tayo, attorney. I'll have to make use of my other monitor. I couldn't hear you. Siguro, baka nawala na yung aking power sa ano. We'll have a short break and we'll be back. Wag ko kayong aalis, mga kaibigan. Saglit po lamang kami po ni attorney ay magbabalik. At pagbalik ko, magpasok na ho kayo ng mga questions ninyo. Baka may nais kayong itanong. Immigration issues, concerns, problems. Open na ho tayo sa ating open forum when we come back. Wag ko kayong aalis.
Mula doon hanggang ngayon, serbisyong mapagkakatiwalaan, serbisyong maaasahan pagdating sa inyong mga padalang balikbayan boxes. Dito ka na sa Forex Cargo. Sa presyong kayang-kaya ng bulsa, sigurado ka pa sa inyong padala. Forex Cargo. Dahil kailangan makarating. Call 0208-813-7064. O, ano pang inaantay niyo mga kabayan? Tayo na sa Forex Cargo.
%, all natural. Tasty. Healthy. Versatile. 4 unique flavors. Taste a real sauce. Galetos.
During these trying times, we salute the frontliners who are tirelessly caring for all of us against the COVID-19. To all the courageous nurses, doctors, carers, and paramedics at the NHS, words are not enough to thank you. We at Highlight Express International are here to support you back with a full semester 10% discount when you send your balikbayan boxes to your family in the Philippines. Dahil ang Highlight Express International ay para sa pamilya.
Okay, balik na ho tayo sa ating program. Ayan, at ito na ho, yung part na pwede na nating i-open, no? Kung may mga tanong ho kayo dito sa ating programa, open na ho, welcome na ho kayo. Pero, in the meantime, Attorney, good evening once again, no? Happy Tuesday, no? Happy Tuesday sa iyo, no? Ayan, happy Tuesday. Ayan, happy Tuesday. Alright, marami tayong, may mga tanong tayo, no? Okay, happy Tuesday. Tatanggalin ko yung salamin ko, Attorney, kasi hindi ko mabasa. Bago natin basahin yung mga question, pasadahan ko lang yung mga nanonood sa atin, no? Si Susan Francisco Batumbakal, thank you very much for watching, no? Sara Alba, Cheng Reyes, Rex Kausapin, no? Elsa Villanueva, Imelda Legaspi, Isel Menyeda, Tess Calub, oy Tess, taga ano yata yan, taga Canada. Edgar Duway, no? Bumabati sa atin, si Patrick Hayes Barco, Maribel Banayat, no? Okay, si Edgar Duway, no? Gusto ko yung photo mo, Edgar, ha? Edgar Duway is watching us, no? Si Yvette Remojo Ramos, Yvette ng Caviteños UK, no? Naging presidente to ng Caviteños UK. Attorney, ha? Pinapanood tayo ng mga Caviteños UK. So, Jenaline Dadivas Bacini is watching. Grace Gem, mabuhay, no? Jenaline, Atabal Ashiraf, Amira Abdullah, Renato Gemma Acupanda, Julie Peladoni Paderon, and Mick Jesset, Jesset, no? Rosalinda Ronquillo, Mike Urtal, Priscilla Pen, Joey, Nizel Cutad Estemonio, si Dr. Elda Saranya, Obina Nancy, no? Mabuhay ka, no? Ayan yung ating doktor. Tess Kapunitan. Attorney, itong si ano yata, ano pangalan to? Si Miss Reyes. Hindi, teka muna. Nasabi ni Julius ano siya? Ano pangalan to, Attorney? Ayan. Pakibasa na, Attorney. Can you read it?
So Julius Adagio Bongo watching from Mitcham. Yeah. Yes.
Kasi kanina Norwich kanina, parang nainggit siya, no? Ito, nainggit siya. Ito.
Oops.
Yep.
Sorry.
Ano ba nangyari?
You can tell we're live. My earpieces just popped out.
Ako nga nagpalit na ako ng earpiece. Nahuhulog yung aking earpiece, eh. Grabe. Sabi nga no, kasi minsan, di ba, parang wala akong marinig sa'yo. So I was checking up, no. It's been a problem of AirPods, no, yung nawawala. Sometimes yung music cut off yung audio. So sabi, use one at a time. Okay ako no first how many minutes biglang nawala, no. So nagpapalit ako in the middle of our Pero okay yan. Sige. Okay, Attorney, sino yung
meron tayong message pa. Yeah.
Sige.
So Imelda Hintay Fernandez.
Yung ganda.
Niya, no?
Ganda na surname niya, Hintay sa middle.
Hintay.
Naghihintay siya, lagi siya nanonood.
Po.
Ayan. Naghihintay kami ng mga questions nyo if you want to, yung mga questions nyo. Ayan, si Julius, hindi lumalabas yung message ni Edgar. Pero, pakibasa, Attorney Julius, ayan, ano sabi niya?
Yeah, so si Julius Adagio Bongon. Enjoy watching, very informative. Mabuhay po kayo, Mr. Sonny and Attorney Lira. Salamat po for watching.
Salamat. Okay. Ayan, teka muna. Sino ba susunod nito? Sino pa ba itong mga Ito ba, nabasa mo na to, Attorney? Ito, hindi pa yata, no? Ito?
Hindi pa po. Yeah, Rosalina Dioneda. Good evening, attorney and Sonny. Watching from Forest Gate. Stay safe.
Oh, in Forest
Miss
Gate, London
Dioneda. I
yan.
think kilala ko siya. Yeah,
Really?
kilala ko siya. Miss Dioneda,
Oh,
yeah.
London yan. Kung Forest Gate, London yan, di ba? Dito sa Greater
Yeah,
London area,
Forest
di ba?
Gate, yeah.
Mabuhay ka, ha?
Yeah.
Mabuhay, Rosalina. Okay, so Renato Gemma Acopanda, no? Thanks for watching. Julie Peladoni Padiron, Rosalina Ronquillo, sino ba to? Okay. Wilma Paltao Crane bumati sa atin. Esni Garf, no? Mabuhay ka. Edwin Kiso Navarro. Edgar Duway, sabi niya, Attorney LC, yan, LIRA, Simon CABATBAT, and legendary Laragan, mabuhay kayo. Another dagdag kaalaman night. Ayun, very good, no? Tama nga naman, dagdag kaalaman. Si, hirap basahin to, Idrakam Ikrex Ilrek, Din Isa, N. Isa, Delma Amtimano Salazar, Litis Catanris, Abel Cambe. Uy, kaklase ko to sa Notre, no high school. Abel, mabuhay. Hindi ko alam kung saan ka nanonood, kung sa Pilipinas ba o sa Amerika, no? Abel, mabuhay, ha? Evelyn Anding and Karen Trusilia, hey, ayan. RJ Marinas, Elgin Benesa, Roslyn Adube. Si Roslyn Adube on a visitor's visa rito sa UK na stuck, no? So, ayan. Edith Banag, Dominic Otuari Abonjo, Christina Stanley, ayan, Christina Cadigal Bernardo, A.M. Castro, Rosalina Juneda, Janelle Generoso, Catherine Anos, Vanji Cabigon, Noel Eduarte. Ito ang tanong ngayon, attorney.
Opo.
Si Litis Catan Riz, sabi niya, good evening po, attorney. Okay. Nakikinig ka, attorney?
Yep.
Okay, good evening, Attorney Lira and Sir Sunny. May tanong po ako. Kung halimbawa, matapos na po yung 5 years route visa ko dito sa UK, from spouse to FLRM extension, pwede na ba ako kaagad mag-apply ng ILR? Ano pa kaya? TIA. God bless. Ano yung TIA? May ano ba? TIA.
Thank you in advance.
Okay. Thank you in advance. All right.
Yeah,
TIA.
yeah. So, sorry, hindi ko sinulat yung pangalan niya. Ano pangalan niya?
Litice. Lytice. Litis or Litis. Litis.
Okay.
Catan Riz.
Okay.
Riz ang
Litis.
kanyang apelido. REES. Yes.
So, I have good news, Litis. So ito, the quick answer is yes. No? Usually, pagka magpapasok kayong application for naturalization, you normally need to wait 12 months after getting the indefinite. So the rule generally says you need to have been in the United Kingdom for minimum of 5 years. The last 12 months must be indefinite nga. So the reality is really 6 years, no? Now, if you come in though as a spouse, so if you have if you're married to a British citizen, so pumasok ka dito 2.5 years muna, in-extend mo, and you got another 2.5 years, and now you're actually going to apply or get indefinite leave to remain on that basis, and you remain married to your British spouse, hindi mo kailangan mag-intay, no? So you don't actually have to wait the 12 months. You can make an application the day after. Actually, you get the indefinite leave to remain. And further good news is kung that you would have done your life in the UK for the indefinite at saka the English language also for the indefinite, pwede mong gamitin yon for the naturalization. So you don't need, at least not at the moment, unless they change the law, you don't need a new to undertake new tests, no? And kung ako ikaw, I would do it as soon as possible, just in case baguhin nila.
Okay, yan, no? Yan, so baguhin. Ayun. Okay, so open na ho tayo. Ito yung ating mga parang open forum natin, attorney. Tuloy-tuloy na kung may mga tanong kayo, no? Ito na, second part of our show. Okay, si DN Isa, hindi lumabas dito. Sandali. Hindi lumalabas kasi sa ating pasensya na, no? Hindi, may mga nakukuha, may hindi nakukuha. Babasahin ko na lang hindi nakukuha. Sabi ni DN Isa, hello, good evening po, madam. Sir, tanong ko lang po, pag student visa, ano ba ang mga kailangan sa pag-apply ng student visas? Thank you po. Ayan.
Yeah, so student visas, you need to make an application pursuant to the points-based system po. So it's what's called Tier 4, no? Now, the specifics, it depends on what course you're undertaking, also nga what level, no? But the first step really is to get essentially a sponsorship nga from the relevant university or college who you want that you want to attend. So they will issue you with a certificate, essentially saying yes, you are qualified and it's appropriate for you to study in the United Kingdom. That is the first step po, no? And then in the course of that, you also need to be able to show meron kang pera nga dito, and you will have maintenance, and you can pay nga the tuition fee, no? Now beware, with a lot of student type visas nga, you are no longer allowed to work in the UK, unlike the olden days, yeah. So be careful. I mean, I say this because you need to make sure na sapat nga ang pera nyo. So the first step, as I say, is well, I suppose the first step is to ascertain what course you want to take, no? And then the second step is to see would you be able to get the relevant sponsorship, if you like, now from the uni or the college. And beware also, actually, this is something that a client of mine found out to her shock really recently. If you're coming in as an overseas student, you will be paying a lot more in tuition fee. So whereas say sabihin natin, a lot of universities charge £9,000 per annum, you're looking at least double that kung overseas student ka.
Oh yeah, mas mataas mas mataas ang pag overseas, hindi ka mo pwedeng yung how do you call that, local or may tawag na, di ba? Yung pag dito ang either
exactly
anak
that.
mo, no? Di ba?
Yeah, yeah.
Pero nung EU, pareho din ng tuition fee ng if nasa EU ka, andito ka, ng EU when we were still a part of the EU, kung ano yung tuition fee ng local student dito na British, ganun din ang isang German student or French student coming over before,
Yes.
no? Although ang international, mahal talaga, mas mataas yan. Okay. Mga taga-attorney, taga-Isle of Man, bumabati sa atin. Ayan, pakibasa lang. Ano pa pangalan yan? Victorel, hindi ba yan? Mali? Iba ba?
Yeah, that's Miss Dionida still. So
sorry. Ayan. Okay, ayun. Yan.
Right. Victorel Pakako, no? Watching
Pakako,
from Isle of Man. Oh, wow.
Sabi niya,
From Isle of Man. Kamusta po?
sabi nga rin niya, bumati pa siya, mabuhay kayong dalawa. Stay safe, sabi niya sa atin. So, mabuhay, no? Miss Victorel Pakako, ang linaw ng mata mo, attorney, kitang-kita mo. Esther Castillo, watching. Thank you, no? Prile Thaniel, good evening. Bumabati sa atin, si Renato. Ay, attorney, pakibasa.
Okay.
Mag-asawa, no? Nagsama
Alright,
siguro
so
sila sa isang account.
Yes, so Renato Gemma Akupanda. Kumusta po? So, good evening po. Where are you watching from?
Oo nga, Renato Akupanda. Saan kayo nanonood, no? Ayan. Virginia Smith, isang mapayapang gabi. Ba? Napakamatulain naman ito si Virginia, no? Isang mapayapang gabi. Attorney Lira. At saka masayang Huwebes ba tawag dito? Happy Thursday.
Yeah, masayang Huwebes. Happy Thursday.
Masayang Huwebes, no? Oo.
Yeah.
Pwede rin natin masayang Huwebes. Okay. Inaano ka kasi yung Huwebes S ang ending. I was looking for another word which would be a synonym of happy na may ES sa dulo, no? Or S. Okay.
So,
may naisip ka, nag-iisip ka siguro, attorney, no?
yeah, nag-iisip na ako. I can't really think.
Kasi mapayapang kasi o masayang gabi kasi NG, no? Tapos Thursday. Thursday. Pwede, sabagay, happy Thursday, parang Y, no?
Yeah.
Okay. Kaya ang Tagalog kasi ito, isang mapayapang gabi ang sinasabi ni Attorney Lira and Kuya Sonny and to all. Mabuhay, no? Virginia, no? Virgie Smith. Ito, may tanong dito, Attorney. Ito, from Christina, ito, basahin mo na lang. Mahaba to, baka hindi pumasok dyan. Babasahin ko yung kahabaan niya.
Okay, so ito question po galing kay Christina Stanley, yeah? So sabi niya dito, I've just applied for my third visa, which is another extension for 2.5 years. That will take me to 7 years of being in the UK. I have passed, tapos naputol.
My life in UK exam already. My question is, when am I eligible to apply for my ILR? Would that be in 6 months' time when I reach my 5-year point? Or do I have to wait until this extension has expired? Thanks, Attorney Lira and Kuya Sonny. Nakuha mo, Attorney?
So, so ito po, Miss Stanley. It depends really kung anong status mo, no? Kung spouse visa ka nga, as I say, I'm surprised that you've waited, no? You've had to wait 7 years. So I'm assuming it's not, for example, a spouse visa or indeed a points-based system, kind of employment. So if you have 7 years, then I am guessing na ang visang binigay sa'yo is to do with one of the other routes. So sometimes based on exceptionality. So there kailangan mo pakita 10 years, for example, either because you have family nga in the UK. So 10 years means, of course, 2.5 years times 4. So if you have that kind of visa, leave to remain on some exceptional circumstance because private family life, then ang kailangan mo 10 years. So which means that you need another essentially 2.5 years. So when you're nearing 10 years, quite near 10 years nga, then you can make an application for indefinite leave to remain. So unang-una tingnan mo, ano bang klaseng visa mo? Actually, I mean, if you're still watching, let us know, anong bang klaseng visa mo? And we may be able to give you the answer also tonight.
5 years na raw siya, Attorney. Sabi niya, I am 5 years po. Baka I don't know if that's relevant to you in your answer.
Yeah, it kind of. He's actually 5 years now.
2.5,
but unang-una, yeah. So unang-una, you need still to know when you can apply for indefinite. The indefinite leave to remain will depend really kung anong visa mo, because it could be that you're making an application, for example, under the long residence route, which is 10 years. It could be that it's to do with spouse, which is normally 5 years. It could be to do with parent route. So sabihin mo sa amin, ano bang klase ng visa mo nga ngayon? And I may be able to actually say to you during the show kung kailan ka pwedeng mag-apply ng indefinite.
Ito, meron siyang dinagdag pa rito, Attorney. I am 5 years po, and then, nasabi niya, 5-year route po, and married British person.
Oh, okay. In that case, you can apply now, no, Miss Stanley? You definitely can apply now. You should apply now for indefinite leave to remain. I may have misunderstood because there was a thing about 7 years. So, kung 5 taon ka na ngayon, and your question is, should you wait or should you make an application? The general rule is you should not submit an application until 28 days prior to the expiration of your leave to remain in the United Kingdom. But where you've already exceeded the 5 years, then you can certainly make an application now. So if you're in a position to do so now, you've done your tests and all of that, you can make an application sooner than before your visa is going to expire. But make sure na tapos na yung 5 years. If you are short of 5 years and you are also too early to apply, then you'll find they'll reject your application.
Okay, ayan, no? At least that, I hope that satisfied you, no? Kung may question ka at gusto mo, ito, tawagan mo si attorney sa dito sa number na ito, no? Ayan. Mag-email ka, no? Douglas, at ano nga email mo address, attorney?
So,
CABATBAT pala,
email
sorry.
me to, yung apelyido ko po. So, CABATBAT at Douglas, 2S, tapos -simon.com. By all means call, but it's probably easier nga to email me. Yeah, picture mo yung visa mo nga, and then email it to me. My number, if you want to call, is 0203-3750-555.
At ang suggestion namin, ilagay nyo sa immigration corner para ma-identify kagad ni attorney para hindi na doon, mas madaling mahanap kagad, no? Kung sakaling, alam niyo naman, dinadagsa ng mga email si attorney, no? Napaka-busy niyan. So, ayan ho. Rose Cataroha is watching us, attorney, no? Rose Cataroha, hindi ko alam kung taga saan siya. Ganda naman kanyang family picture sila, no? At si D. Isa, inano lang ni D na sinasabi niyang watching from Kilburn daw siya, no? So ito yung nagtanong kanina, no? Yung tungkol yata sa student visas, yata, no? Yung ano, no?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Joe Felly, Joe Felly Corazon is watching us, no? Thank you, Joe Felly. Si Litis, hindi ko alam kung lumabas si Litis dito, no? Si Litis, okay. Si Litis, Katanris, yung Litis ba? Lytice. Sabi mo, you still wanted to write it down, no? Maraming salamat po sa mga sagot, attorney, at naliwanagan po ako. Maraming salamat at mabuhay kayo, no? Mabuhay ka rin, no? Mabuhay. Thank you very much. Amira, guest, buhay ka. Divina Medina, Pasita Jessen, Len, as, ayan, nanonood siya, no? Ruth Guevara, mabuhay. Nag-comment siya no, during dahil hindi na ako kompleto ang information. Nag-react lang si Litis Katan Reese nung ini-explain mo yung case ni Stanley, no, Miss Stanley, no. Sabi niya baka fiancé visa siya nung pumasok dito. May epekto ba? Meron bang fiancé visa pumasok? Anong
Yeah, no, I mean that's a valid point actually. Yeah, it could be na pumasok siya dito as a fiancé visa, so 6 months nakuha niya, kinasal siya dito, then swapped it for spouse visa, and then I got another extension for another spouse visa. No, but the fiancé visa does not count towards the 5 years. The 5 years na kailangan niya is the spouse. So from the date na the spouse visa was granted, and then the further extension. So kung meron kang fiancé visa, and this is a very fair point nga, no, kung kasama din fiancé visa mo, that cannot count towards the 5 years po.
Okay. Ito, may sinabi na additional information lang niya na I am here po for 5 years, sa July pa siguro, pag 5 years siya.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sa July na to.
Wait
okay.
Yeah, so Miss Stanley, wait until then kung lagpas pa ang visa mo. So I assume ang visa mo hanggang maybe end of the year or something. But if it's till the end of the year, don't submit your application before July.
Oh, Christina says, okay po, thank you po, attorney Lira and Kuya Sonny, no? Thank you. Okay, may tanong dito si Virgino. Hello, attorney Lira, some questions po. First question. Is pregnant woman can a pregnant woman apply for a student visa? Okay. Secondly, if yes, kahit na po ba 3 or 5 months pregnant, still can apply. Number 3, if the student visa if student visa and given birth here in the UK, so what will she do to stay here in the UK? Number 4, can she get the father in the Philippines? Isang maligayang Huwebes Santo po sa lahat. Huwebes Santo ba ngayon? Huwebes Santo na ba ngayon?
Huwebes. Oh, no, Huwebes Santo ba?
Hindi pa yata. Hindi pa yata.
No?
Hindi pa yata.
I don't think so.
Kasi Ash Wednesday, hindi naman yata pag Ash Wednesday, the following day, Holy Thursday, hindi pa naman, di ba? Ash is the beginning of Lent. Parang it signals the beginning of Lent. Pagkakaalam ko, ayoko magbarunong, pero yun ang pagkakaalam ko. Sa taon na pinag-aaral ko sa Notre Dame of Greater Manila, sa Pilipinas, a Catholic school. Okidoki. Alam mo, may nangyari ito sa na-deny, no? Kasi ganito, meron akong, ano pa tawag dito, sister nung, basta kakilala ko pupunta sa Amerika, kukuha ng medical doctors, examination for doctors, no? Para makapasa, no? Dumating buntis, tinatago yun siya, dineport. Eventually, well, she ended up na lang, kasi hindi na makakapasok sa US yun, mahihirapan na. Nagpunta na lang sa Australia. But anyway, yun lang, nabanggit ko lang, no? Parang na-deny yun, no? Dahil nakita yung tiyan So, di ba, isipin nun, para dumating at manganak, di ba? Yun ang purpose nun sinasadya Di ba? Para nga naman, no? Okay, anyway, attorney. Pregnant woman, can they apply for a student visa?
So,
3 to 5 months pregnant, can they still apply? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ano sagot dyan?
Look, so it's starting really, the first issue is, when you make an application for anything, student o kaya kung ano man, you need to, you are declaring to the Home Office that you are coming into the United Kingdom for that purpose and none other, no? Now, if you're pregnant and it is likely that you're going to give birth say in the middle of your course, and then and it could be that you do not envisage not being able to continue with the course, then they may well say that you entered the United Kingdom by deception, because you never really intended actually to continue to study in the UK. Now, sometimes, and certainly I've had cases where this has happened, that they were not actually even aware that they were pregnant, no? Came into the United Kingdom, and then later on in the course, they then realize that they are pregnant, and they give birth in the United Kingdom. Now, so that's really the next question. Sabihin nat, so there's nothing in the provisions say you cannot make an application in the United Kingdom if you are pregnant. I mean, otherwise that definitely will be a cause for concern if the Home Office were to say that. But it goes really to the intention. So sabihin natin, you come into the UK and you're pregnant, you find out that you're pregnant, you give birth, no? Now, yung bata, even though they're born in the United Kingdom, they will take your nationality, yung nanay's nationality. Dahil tatay nga wala dito, no? So kung kung Pilipina ka, no, wala kang visa nga dito, then it does not save you, as it were, no? Yung bata will not be British just because he or she is born in the United Kingdom. They follow your status. So Pinoy sila with your leave to remain. Kung wala ka ng visa, so overstayer ka na, that will also apply to the child. Now, that of course also means na you can't simply apply for the father of the child to come into the United Kingdom. Now, different though is as with some cases, natagalan nga yung bata nga dito, say been in the United Kingdom for 7 years, then it gives the possibility of a different route again. With any application, kahit nga yung bata is under 7 though, if an application is indeed made for whatever reason, and there's a child concerned, then the Home Office must give consideration to the child's best interest as a primary consideration. So titignan nila. So it could be that it is the case that they need to look at whether or not it is in the best interest of the child to leave the United Kingdom. So kung may sakit nga yung bata and it is an illness or it's a condition that would be that would cause harm, if not fatally, kung aalis nga siya sa UK, then of course it's a different thing. So the answer is there's no real quick answer, but if pregnant, it can come in, but as I say, it could be that you're accused of deception. If you don't know that you're pregnant, or you're pregnant but you think it's a short course, pwede ka pa rin bumalik, then you give birth in the UK. As I say, it does not give your child status in the UK.
Ayo, so walang ano, it doesn't parang give the child a status, because there are so many cases like that, you know. Marami ako nadidinig na, like in 10-20 years ago, darating dito, student visa yung mother. This could not necessarily be Filipinos, no? It could be Africans or Indians. Nanganak, later on, yung anak nila, you know, they were able to have citizenship. May mga kaibigan kasi ako, attorney, kaibigan ko si Linda Kwesi, she's from Ghana. And that was how it happened. No, parents were over here as students, gave birth to her. Probably the parents went back to the Philippines, to Ghana, to Africa, and she was able to apply for a British passport in Ghana. And that's at nag-iisa, she came over on her own because she had to make use. But sorry, go ahead. I was just about to say it's a ticket to a good life sometimes, diba? Yeah, sorry.
Well, I mean, these things nga happen, and this was not always the law, no? Prior to 1983, I'm pretty sure 1983, if you come into the if you give birth, if you're born in the United Kingdom, regardless of your parents' status, then you're British, no? But yun nga nagbago in I'm pretty sure it's 1983. So actually, it wasn't that long ago, no?
Oh, 1983, yan ang namatay si Ninoy sa Pilipinas. Di ba? He was assassinated.
Oh, yes, that's true.
83 yun.
Yeah.
A long time ago. Andito ka na ba, attorney?
1980, wala pa. No.
Wala pa.
No.
Okay. At least yung mga days kasi nga, di ba? Ikaw ang kauna-unahang solicitor na Pinoy, di ba? So,
Well,
di ba?
actually, no, I think I've got that wrong. I think I was here, pero kadadating ko nga lang.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
no, 1980.
1983, a lot of-
1982, I think dumating ata ako dito. Gosh,
Immigration lawyer ka na ba?
tanda
were
ko
you,
na.
were you already a solicitor by then? 1983 ba yata yun?
No.
Di pa?
No, dumating ako dito. No, I was in the Philippines until I was 14, 15. Tapos from
Okay.
there, lumipat
Canada.
ako sa Canada, and from Canada,
Okay.
lumipat nga ako dito. So I was, I had my, if you like, I did my IB, the International Baccalaureate nga in the United Kingdom. So the equivalent to A levels. And then I went on to do law. But yeah, no, things have changed, no, di ba? So if you, ewan ko kung talaga dumating dito, things certainly have changed.
Okay.
Immigration has changed considerably, no?
Ikaw, tama. Because teenager ka, 14 years old, siguro first year high school, second year high school, umalis ka, and then you went to Canada. And then you continued on with your high school sa Canada. And then came over
Yeah,
for your
yes.
parang collegiate level na, no? Ano ka pala? Ganda
Yeah,
pala
so
ng ginawa
it's,
mo, no? Namasyal ka.
Well,
Philippines to
you know,
Canada
I
to
tell
the
you.
UK. Di ba?
Pinag-uusapan nga natin kanina si John De La Cruz, no? De La Cruz yung
Yes. Oo.
yung yeah. So we easily forget
Ito.
na tayo mga Pinoy, we are actually
Ayan siya, oh.
we're and yeah, so yeah, Juan De La Cruz. So we're a nation of travelers, no? Adventurers, really, no? So even now nga ang dami nating lumalabas, I mean, for various reasons, sometimes nga for work, but it is we are travelers, no? We enjoy our adventures, no? Which is great. So that continues, no?
Totoo yan. Kita mo, nice to know that akala nyo, walang unang mga Pilipino, akala nyo yung mga wave na mga dumating dito, mga 60s ba? Ano ba yung mga alam natin, attorney? Late 60s ba? Early 70s ba yung the mga deluge ng mga Pilipino rito? Early batches?
Yeah,
Ano
so
ba?
as I understand it, in the late 60s nga, no, early 70s, there was a big push for immigrants to come into the United Kingdom, no, because of shortage nga of people to do all sorts nga of employment. So it was then I think that we started to also come to the UK. And a lot have stayed, and obviously have made the UK home. So
okay.
where we are a nation of travelers, no?
Pero yeah, you said, diba, late 60s and 70s, but now it's nice to know that the very first batches of Filipinos were sailors arriving in the mid 19th century, you know, in Liverpool.
Astonishing.
Oh, imagine mo, no?
Yeah, Liverpool.
Oh, imagine mo. So nakakatuwa. Okay, tuloy natin yung pagbati natin. Ayan, sabi ni Cynthia Stanley, she actually came here for a spouse visa. Okay na, good, no? May tanong tong ano pangalan nito? Pwede mo magtanong, sabi ni Leslie, about the 10-year route. Ito, sabi niya, attorney ito, sabi niya, pakibasa nga, attorney, sige. Pag hindi mo nabasa na, pabasahin ko na titira. Sige.
So ito, si Leslie, ang tanong niya, naka 10-year route na po ako with recourse to public funds po. Magre-renew na ako soon.
Makakat po ba ang benefits?
Ko while my visa extension is
On process. Is on process.
It's on process.
Oh.
No, if you're allowed public funds because you were granted leave to remain on essentially family basis nga, then yeah, it should not make any difference. Pero importante po, Leslie, you need to submit your application before your visa is going to expire. Yeah, importante yon. Because if you wait, kung mapasok ang visa mo, then of course you no longer have leave to remain, and that will certainly affect your benefits. But kung pasok mo yung application mo and the application is pending, application was made in time, then it should not make any difference to your public funds.
Okay, ayan, no. Siguro mga last two questions na lang tayo, no, sa ating programa. Okay. Batiin ko lang sila, ano, Nance Sims, ayan, Melinda Ordinario Laracas, Selmani Cruz, Alma Amistad, Laura Labs, Ensa Harris, no, ayan. Last two questions tayo, siguro, attorney, no. Ito, si Susan Francisco Batumbakal. Pakibasa lang, no. I'll read
Okay.
the remainder, no, the rest of it. Sige.
Okay, so ito po. So Susan Francisco Batumbakal. So sabi niya, good evening po, Attorney Lira and Kuya Sonny. May question po, po kami regarding my daughter's visa. She arrived po in London on January 2020, so last year.
As a settlement visa or indefinite leave to enter, valid 5 years. When and what type of visa does she need to apply next? Thank you po.
Okay. Well, there's some good news there, and that is this. Indefinite leave to remain or settlement means exactly that. So it's permanent leave to remain in the United Kingdom. Now, yung nga lang, if they can't give you an open-ended visa, that's why yung BRP or indeed yung tatak, it's no more than 5 years. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that it expires, no, necessarily. So ibig sabihin, indefinite means exactly that, indefinite. So she does not actually need to make another application for any other type of visa kung indefinite nga ang visa niya. The next thing she should apply for would actually be for naturalization. So once she's completed 5 years leave to remain in the United Kingdom, and she would have had indefinite leave to remain actually throughout that, then she can make an application if she's over 18 for naturalization leading to a British passport. So good news.
Okay, good news. Ayan, ganda ng name niya, Susan Francisco Batumbakal. Mga Batumbakal ba? Ano ba? Kapampangan ba? O Tagalog, no?
Hindi ko alam.
Di mo alam, no?
Deep Tagalog, I think. Batumbakal, no?
Batumbakal, eh. Parang kanta yan, di ba? Si Aning Batumbakal na taga Frisco. Have you heard of that song? Inabot mo pa ba sa Pilipinas yan? Oh, really? Okay. Wow. Okay. Ayan, si hotdog yun, hotdog. Okay. Leonira Tubog Garcenila. Yan, bumabati lang sa atin na hello. Good evening po. Hello, good evening. Ganda naman ang bati. Hello, good evening, no? Lynn Alonday Gadiasa, no? Thank you. Herminia Lopez, Gracie Lucion, Leon, ayan, okay, Yamit Acosta, ayan, Bulakenyo po. Bulakenya pala siya. Bulakenya. Attorney, ito yung last question natin for tonight, no? Okay, basahin ko lang na dito. Hindi lumabas sa ating system, no? Okay, last question natin for the night. Si Litis ulit, si Litis ba o Litis, no? Attorney, may additional question po ako. Ang FLRM extension visa ko mag-expire on March 28, 2022. Saan ko ba dapat titingnan na pwede na akong mag-apply? Sa BRP card ko ba? Yan. At how long po na pwede na ako mag-start to apply? Salamat po sa uulitin. Ayan.
Yeah. So yung visa nandun sa card sa BRP, no? So if you look, it would be the issue date, yung una, no? Tapos underneath that is actually the expiry date, yeah. So it would be ang kailangan pakita nga is 5 years. So starting from kuha mo nga yung visa mo, and you arrived in the United Kingdom, count from there, tapos kailangan mo 5 taon. And so look at the BRP, and from there you will see. Now, usually, kung magpapasok ka ng application in advance, and obviously in your case, you're looking at application in advance because you've actually will have soon you will have exceeded nga the 5 years. Then you should make an application nga no earlier than the time that your visa that you've reached 5 years. So if you've reached 5 years, sabi mo, I think last time nga July 2021, then do not apply before July 2021.
do not apply before July 2021, sabi mo? Ayan,
Yeah,
okay.
yun.
All right. Okay.
Pero look, ito. I'm just curious actually, Litis, why you had bakit no lagpas na lagpas no so you have a visa until 2022, which is a bit strange. So kung gusto mong pakita sa akin, because I'm just curious now, also I wouldn't want you to make an application that's too early. Picture mo yung BRP mo and just basic points nga kailan ka dumating dito, and if you still have a copy nga of the first BRP na kuha mo yung visa mo nga, send that to me, send it to me. Yung email ko nga yan, cabatbat@douglas-simon.com. Pero as Sonny was saying, please head it immigration corner yung subject in case I open it and then I close it, I may not find your email again, so please head it immigration corner.
Ayan. Okay, so ayan So ayun ang gagawin ninyo ho, no? Okay. So ayan, padala mo yung photocopy or picture mo lang ng siguro ng cellphone mo, yung dalawa. You wanted also the earlier, pero bang ano ba yan, mga BRP they get renewed ganun? Nire-renew ba yan?
Yeah, so
wala
you
kasi
may
ako
have
alam diyan eh.
Yeah.
Na, hindi ko
well,
alam,
I mean, it's changed quite a few times nga yung process nga. So you may have 3 documents. Yung unang that's the entry clearance visa. Yung nakatatak sa passport mo, no? And it's probably yellow in color. Now, nung pumasok ka dito, because it was 5 years ago, you would probably have obtained a BRP, yung card nga, yung unang-una. You would have given that back to the home office, no? But most people should take a photo of the BRP before they give it back. So hopefully you've taken a photo. So yung pangalawa. Yung pangatlo, yung BRP mo na nga ngayon. So if you can send me those 3 things, then I'll be, and don't forget your telephone number actually, because it may well be that we need to discuss it briefly. Because I want to be certain nga as to the dates that you can make the application.
Ayan. Okay. Ito, pakita natin uli yung yung email address mo, no, para nang sa ganun ay makita. Ayan. Kabatbat, no, at Douglas double S, no, dash may dash yung parang hyphen simon.com. Ayan. All right. So okay, well, meron tayo na hindi ko alam kung attorney taga Netherlands kasi Lita Van Berkel. Alam mo na, Lita Pilipina to. Van Berkel. Ano ba to? Quay o Key Esh, di ba? Q-U-A-Y, di ba? Key dito, no? So, Key Esh. Julie Baby. Ang ganda na, Julie Baby Santos. Mabuhay. Okay. Ayan ho, mga tanong natin. So, if you have any questions for mga next week or kunyari, bitin kayo or you wanted to, have more, siguro, more detailed answer. Kasi, syempre, makikita ni attorney yung inyong sitwasyon. Kasi usually for advisory purposes to, di ba? Parang generic yung ating ating sagot, no? Although we can specifically answer your queries, pero mas lalo hong matututukan ni attorney kung i-email nyo sa kanya. Yan. Kabatbat, no? Douglas with an S, double S I should say, no? Dash Simon. Okay, attorney, magpaalam na tayo. It's been a wonderful evening again. Happy Tuesday and Happy Educational Tuesday. Maraming
Thursday, sorry.
Thursday, I should say. Thursday. Happy Educational Thursday. Parang gusto ko na agad mag-next week na agad tayo, no? So, ayan. Huli ko lang, sabi lang so my recourse to public support will stay until 10 years. Ayan. So, hindi ko alam kung ano yan, no?
Yeah, if you are, Leslie, if you're allowed, if you granted that, it would be also nga on your BRP, no? Yes, yeah. I mean, as long as now you extend it and you're granted leave on the same basis, yes, you're entitled. You can claim public funds, but obviously, you should not claim public funds if you are not entitled, as in, if you have any income, no?
Salamat po, attorney. Nakita mo yan, nakasulat, no? Ayan. Okay, so ayan, magpapaalam na ho kami ngayon. So, ayan, attorney, baka may mga messages, anything na may nais ka pang banggitin, no? Or anything that you'd like to say?
I mean, it's again. I know I say this every week, but salamat po. No, thank you very very much nga for keeping us company. And giving your time to watch and listen to us. It's always a pleasure, and I'm always humbled nga, and I say that because it truly is the case. I'm always so humbled by yung nangangamusta sa amin, and that you take time nga to read and to ask questions, and so I'm very grateful, and stay safe, and I see you all again next Happy Thursday.
Yes. Oh, I hope you guys medyo naligayahan kayo. Well, naligayahan at natuto kayo, no? Yan, si Emmeline Rafael, no? Lalong-lalo na laging naka all cap sa atin. Siguro talagang it's a manifestation of our happiness and excitement of watching the program, no? Every Thursday night. Okay. Ayan, ako magsasalita lang ako, attorneys, babalik ko sa dalawang shot natin, ha? Okay, so I guess magpapaalam na ho kami. Maraming salamat po sa inyo, no, sa inyong walang sawang pagsubaybay sa aming programa and making our program and our night happy and informative, no? So maraming salamat for, gaya ng sinasabi ni attorney, talagang thank you for being there, no, at appreciating what we're doing, and we also appreciate what you're doing by doing this program week in and week out, no? Para lang sa ganun ay if you have any questions, queries, somehow through the expertise of our lawyer, immigration lawyer, kayo ho ay naliliwanagan. So, let's till next Happy Thursday. Again, this is Sonny here saying thank you very much for keeping us, keeping attorney company, us here. So, guys, whatever you do, keep safe, keep well, healthy, and God bless you. Bye. Bye-bye.